Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bigfork Vikings football here on BFSD Events here in Florence, Montana. You got the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, James LaFontaine. About 10 minutes to kick off. Had a little trouble getting down here with the traffic in Missoula, as any of you know that, going through Missoula and on Reserve Drive. Well, it's the Vikings 1-1, and Florence is 2-1 on the season. So we'll get underway here shortly. I want to make sure, let me know if you can hear me out there. It is 406-270-7384. Please text me. Don't call me. Let me know that you're listening out there. And
you're visiting Bigfork Vikings.
And let's see if this is up and running on YouTube. I believe it is. It shows a little bit slightly raining. Going to present the flags at this time.
That provides us with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Florence Carlton cheerleaders will present the flag of the United States of America.
So 270-7384. Let me know if you can hear that out there.
Our third grade, Miss Avery Bates.
We'll try this again, see if this is coming across currently on YouTube. Presentation of the colors, and I'll get you the lineups here shortly. While they're doing that, I'm going to play last week's interview with Coach Munson. We quite didn't get to hear that last week.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
A little third grader here at Florence Elementary School and singing the national anthem tonight, as it's the Vikings taking on the Florence Falcons here. And this will be the Vikings' third game, their first conference game of the season.
And now your starting lineups.
We'll meet the starting lineups.
The visiting Bigfork Vikings.
And for Florence Carlton, it'll be a 6'2" sophomore white or defensive back. Their defense, 180 pounds. Number 1, Levi Posey. Number 4 is Eli Christensen, 5'9", 180-pound linebacker senior. Blake Shoup is a 6-foot sophomore free safety and weighs 180 pounds. Colby Coleman, the senior stud quarterback and strong safety. At 6'1", 190 pounds. Number 12, that's Colby Coleman. Pat Duchesne, the son of the coach at linebacker, just a freshman, but 6 foot and 160 pounds. Defensive end, senior, 160 pounds, 6'1", Zach Harrington. He wears number 16. That defensive back, the sophomore, a 5'8", 160 pounds, and number 25, Johnny Chamberlain. Also
He's
a
a senior,
linebacker is
number
a 6 foot,
38,
190-pound
Jimmy
sophomore,
Abney.
number 44, Luke Mackey. At defensive end, just a freshman at 6 foot even,
sophomore,
200
number
pounds,
30,
number
Wyatt
51,
Hurd.
Dallas Blair. At 5'10", number
A
61,
senior, number 24, Keenan LaFontaine.
195-pound defensive lineman, junior Jake Dixon. And rounding out the lineup for the Florence
A
Carlton
sophomore, number
Falcons,
11, George
it'll be a
Buckland.
6 foot, 225-pound defensive lineman, senior number 63, Nikolai Shved.
A junior, number
Head coach
4,
Pat Deshane.
Walker
This is by Quinn
Fisher.
Chamberlain, Adam Goodnight, and Tony Lippy. Volunteer coach Keenan Hendrickson and
Number 3,
JP
a sophomore,
Kano
Levi Taylor.
Kata. Oh, your lineup for
And a freshman,
the Vikings.
number 1, Isaac Epperly.
At defensive back, it's Isaac Epperly, a
Vikings are coached
6'2",
by Jim
140-pound
Epperly, Eric Fornes, Ed
senior
Butcher,
or
Tristan Clark,
freshman.
Connor Coleman,
That's
and head
Isaac
coach
Epperly.
Pat Munson.
At defensive back also,
And
or
now,
linebacker in the middle line
for your
spot at 5'10", 185-pound sophomore number 3, Levi Taylor.
A senior, number 63.
At the defensive back
Nikolai
spot,
Shved.
along with Epperly, is a 5'7" junior, 125 pounds. Number 4, Walker Fisher.
A junior, number 61,
Also a defensive back, had a
Jake
fine game last
Dixon.
game. He's a sophomore at 140 pounds at 5'8", number 11. That's George
A
Buckland.
sophomore, number 50.
At an outside
Jared
linebacker,
Poe.
is 6'1", 163 pounds senior, number 24, Kanan LaFontaine.
A sophomore,
At the
number
other outside
44,
linebacker, it'll be 5'6",
Mackey.
145 pounds sophomore, number 30, Wyatt Hurd. The
Sophomore, number
also at
25,
linebacker, number
Johnny
34,
Chamberlain.
5'10", 175-pound freshman Joseph Ferrier.
Johnny's
On the
junior.
defensive ends, it'll be
A
number
senior,
38, a
number
5'11",
16,
175-pound senior. It's number 38, Jimmy Abney. On the D-line, a defensive tackle,
A freshman,
at
number 15,
5'11",
Pat
210 pounds,
Duchesne.
sophomore, number 60, Luke Benson. Also a defensive
A
tackle.
senior,
Had a
number
great
12,
game against Cutbank.
Cody
Lots of tackles.
Coleman.
6 foot, 260 pound sophomore, number 67,
number 5,
Fletcher Postlethwaite.
Blake
And the
Shue.
defensive end, a senior, 6'2", 200 pound, number 71, Robbie Kaiser.
Senior,
Head coach
number
Pat
4,
Munson.
Eli
This is by Connor Coleman,
Christensen.
Tristan Clark, Ed Buttrey, Eric Thornes, and Jimmy
And a
Epperly.
sophomore, number
Managers
1 in
Hattie
your heart,
Emsley
baby,
and
Levi
Liz Hyde.
Mackey.
That's your lineup for tonight's
The Falcons are
game.
coached by J.P. Kanangata, Keenan Hendrickson, Tono Lippy,
And we should be
Adam
underway
Goodnight, Quinn
here
Chamberlain,
shortly.
and head
They
coach
finish
Pat
up the
Duchesne.
introductions, but I need to take care of some business out here. And this pregame is brought to you by the Bigfork Dental Center. Dr. Aaron Price and team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support Vikes and Vals athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today at 837-5611 or www.bigforkdental.com. Bigfork Dental Center, proud sponsor of our pregame. All big shout out to our other sponsors, Big Fork Harvest Foods, Big Fork Dairy Queen, Gilliard Painting, Montana Athletic Club, the Tall Pine and Casino, and the UPS Store. Big sponsors of Big Fork Vikings and Valkyries Athletics. 406-270-7384. Let me know that. Give me a text. Let me know that you can hear me out there. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals with you. Due to getting here late, didn't have time to talk with the head coach and interview before. We had planned on that, but due to the traffic and stuff going on there in Missoula, was a tough time. So the captains out there, Levi Taylor, Robbie Kaiser,
Accompanying the officials for tonight's
Jimmy
coin toss
Abney.
are some special guests. We want to take a moment to remember the late, great Hank Prost. Not only was Hank a great football coach and referee, he was a great son, a brother, a father, and a friend in the Bitterroot Valley.
I'll get you the other one. I think
and all of
that's
Western
Chase
Montana.
Chapius, or Chase
Hank coached in Stevensville
Chase
from
Pacheco
2003 to
out there as
2014,
well as a
and
captain.
in Florence during the 2015
For
and
Florence,
16 season.
Number
And he
4,
finished
Eli
his football career
Christensen,
officiating
Kobe
in
Coleman, number 12,
2017 and 18.
number
Hank also
63,
spent many years coaching
Nikolai
basketball
Shev,
and whatever
and
else
number
is needed for the kids
71
of the
is
Bitterroot Valley.
Keegan Reed,
We lost
the
Hank
captains for
on June
Florence
16th
Carbon.
of this year, and we would like to honor him and his wife Jamie and daughters Kennedy and Cambry with tonight's ceremonial coin toss. let's please have a moment of silence and to remember what Hank did for all of us and how he touched so many lives. Thank you. And now the
A little
captains
moment of
and the
silence
coin
for
toss.
someone
Let's please show
named
the
Hank,
Frost family our support
big
by
supporter
giving them
of
a great
Florence
big hand. We
here.
love you, Hank.
And a little moment of silence for him and ceremonial. Some of their family is
The
out there,
Montana
Hank's
High
family
School
out there to
Association welcomes you to
be involved in the
this
coin
event.
toss. We'll do the
Stock
coin
and
toss,
Bank, the
and
title
we'll
sponsor
find
of
out
MHSA, Stock
who
and Bank Sports
he will
Program.
receive the ball.
Sportsmanship program reminds you
That's
that
going
your
on right
admission
here.
to this event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of noteworthy skills developed by some of Montana's
Once
finest
again,
student athletes.
406-270-7384 with
Please
you
give
here
these
in
students
Florence,
your positive
Montana.
encouragement and support for them. Booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials or opponents is disrespectful.
Don R. says loud and clear, Woods Bay. Thanks, Don. I want to make sure we're broadcasting out there. I checked on YouTube. It said it was, but I always want to know that somebody's catching us.
Please enjoy tonight's
They're doing the
competition.
coin toss right now, and they're going to decide. Let's see who won the toss.
Your
I'll give that
officials
to you
for
here
tonight, line
momentarily.
judge Jalen Fowl, headlinesman Randy Stoos, umpire
Florence
James
won the
Keenan,
toss and
your
declined to
referee
the
is
second
Jeremy
half.
Allen.
And so that will mean Bigfork will receive. And they'll receive out of
Bigfork
the
will
south.
receive. The Falcons are going to
And
kick.
Florence will kick from the north to the Vikings. Here down on the sideline, a little bit of light rain coming down next to the crow's nest here. I'll be outside tonight, so might hear some voices or something going on a little bit closer to the field on the sideline. So the Vikings will receive the first half kickoff here, and they'll go on offense to start this game as they did against Cuntbank last week. Try to keep up. Looks like number 57, and that's Jerron McNair, will do the kicking for the Florence Falcons, and back deep to receive for Bigfork. In the middle, deep, it'll be number 24, Kanan LaFontaine. On each side of him, number 11 is George Buckland. On the other side, number 30. That is Wyatt Hurd. So the Vikings looking to get off to they're finishing up some pictures taken with those being honored. So a little bit of delay in the start of the game with the officials tonight. And once they get them all off the field, and that's a nice thing they did there to honor Hank and their family. So now we'll get things underway. And I think the Vikings, coming off a bye, are ready for tonight. And a tough battle it's going to be with Florence. Florence 2-1. Got beat pretty badly by Manhattan, but able to take
Again,
care
we
of
wanna
things
welcome Jamie
against
Kennedy and Kennedy to tonight's
Anaconda.
game. Thank you very much for coming.
And off
All
the
right,
top of my
folks,
head, I'm
let's play
trying to
some
remember the
football!
other game that they played. I think it was against Whitehall. And I can check that later. The Vikings 1-1, take a tough loss at home to Townsend, 20-14, had an opportunity. And then here in Cutbank, able to win it in overtime and 1-1 of the season. And we're here ready to go with the kickoff from Florence. Kicks it deep, and LaFontaine will pick it up about his 10-yard line, going to break it up the middle. Looking to break out, and gets up and still pumping his legs. He's out across the 30 near the 35, and they're going to blow the whistle. And down around near about the 36 or 37 as LaFontaine picked up the 10 across the 35. Returned it about 27 yards as he took it from the 10. And we'll see where they spot it. I'm at a little disadvantage. And let's call it the 37. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. Wallen under center. One receiver to the right, one receiver left. I formation. Fumble on the ground. And Florence recovers it as Wallen tries to get the handoff and doesn't bring it up. And mishandled there in the backfield. I believe he was faking it to Levi and giving it to Taylor, giving it to LaFontaine, but the hand exchange never happened at the mesh point, and recovered by Florence, and it'll be 1st and 10 for them at the 40-yard line of Bigfork. Coleman in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back next to Coleman. Coleman on the snap. Hands inside handoff. Townsend got him on this. He's going to go all the way. It looks like cutting back is number 4, Eli Christensen, and no flags on the play.
Christensen with the 40-yard scamper into the end zone, but there is a flag.
There is
on the
a
field.
flag, and I'm not sure what that flag is from here. I'm almost field level, maybe a few feet above it, behind the field, so a little bit harder for me to see tonight.
Officials indicate holding against the offense.
That's holding against the offense, and that's going to push them back. So that's going to take away the touchdown. And usually that's from the spot of the ball. And they're going to place it the 5 out to the 15, I believe. And on the far side, 1st and 10 from the 15. Coleman in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Coleman on the keeper right up the middle. Breaks it to the outside. And in for the touchdown is Colby Coleman from 15 yards out.
Falcons!
And the Vikings need to wake up early as they're running that inside handoff. They must have watched that Townsend film. Townsend gained a lot of yards against Bigfork.
Colby Coleman with the 15-yard scamper into the end zone for the Falcons.
So the Falcons with 11:25 to go on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. It's 6-0, and they'll try the extra point. And it'll be number 44, Luke Mackey, on the hold of number 15. That's Pat Duchesne. Down and kicks it.
The kick is good.
And it's through the uprights. So 11:25 to go here early.
The first quarter.
And
your Falcons
take a lead, 7-0 on the turnover by the Vikings. Nice return, out to the 37-yard line. You get good field position in the first play. You mishandle it. Can't make mistakes against good teams like that. It'll make it a very long night here in Florence. But as we've seen before, they'll bounce back. Gave up an early score to Townsend and then came right back. So the same suspects we had a few minutes ago kicking off is number 57, Jaron McNair. LaFontaine back deep with Buckland, George Buckland, and Wyatt Hurt. LaFontaine standing about their 5-yard line, moves up to about the 10.
Kenyon LaFontaine back to receive for the Vikings.
And kicking it deep, LaFontaine right there, going to take it again. Looking to break it outside. He gets up the outside of the 30, across, near the 30-yard line as he breaks the 25.
LaFontaine gets it back out to the 31-yard line.
And let's see where they spot it.
Duchesne.
And they're going to spot it. He got it out actually to the 31-yard line. Picked it up at about the 10. Something like that. So a nice return again in good field position. We're not backed up to our end zone. And we'll come out 1st and 10 from the 31. Buckland and LaFontaine to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun for Hurt. Hands off to Levi Taylor. Taylor up the middle. Maybe gain 2.
Levi Taylor with the carry up the middle.
On that
Dragged
play.
out by Zach Harrington.
Harrington on the tackle.
2nd down and 9.
And they'll say he picked up a yard. Out to the 32 and 2nd and 9 for Bigfork. 2 receivers left, to the right. Buckland LaFontaine to the left. And I think it's Abney along with. And hand off to Levi Taylor by
Levi Taylor, the carrier. Little gain on the
Wallen. And Taylor will go off the right side.
Up 3rd down.
And he'll pick up another 2. We'll call it
Nice
3rd
shoot on
and
the tackle.
7 for the Vikings.
It's 3rd down, Falcon fans.
And he's right, looks like at the 35-yard line. And they got to get out to the 41. So we'll call it 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 7. 2 receivers right, 2 to left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. Here comes the snap. Wallen looking outside. Finds LaFontaine over the middle. Nice catch on the slant. And LaFontaine will take it across the 40 out to the 45-yard line and drag back
Reception.
by number 44 on the
That's a
tackle.
first down for the Vikings.
Luke Mackey as LaFontaine
Luke
in the
Mackey
slot
and
on the
Kobe
left
on
side.
tackle.
Runs the quick slant. Wallen hits him on the numbers, and Kanan did the rest. Takes it across to the 46-yard line. So he picked up about 10 on the play. It'll be
down,
1st and 10 for the Vikings. I formation. Wallen under center. Levi, Taylor, LaFontaine behind him. Receiver to the right. Receiver to the left. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Kanan. Kanan's going to break out to the left side. He's going to break it up the left side. Breaks it back in. And he takes it across the 50.
Scampers around the left side.
He's going to take it into Falcon territory. We'll see where they spot
Got a
that.
7-yard gain on the play.
Gain 7 on that play. So getting a little bit more running room this time around the last couple of games. So nice blocking up front. And we'll call it, looks like 2nd and 4. I think he got about 6. He's at about the 48-yard line of Florence. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. LaFontaine in motion. Fakes to LaFontaine, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor up the middle. He's going to get down near the 45.
On the carry.
And
first down yardage brought down.
And it'll be short, I believe, by about a yard, make it 2. They're going to mark it at the 46. And it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Vikings at the 46-yard line of Florence. Let's see what they do here. 2 receivers left to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Here's the snap. Fakes to LaFontaine. Levi Taylor right up the middle and can't quite get it. Gets stopped right about the 45-yard line and pushed back.
Push backwards. No gain on the play.
LaFontaine fakes the fly sweep. And on the counter play,
Pat Duchesne
they said
and
no
Blitzer
gain on the play. I thought he got it to the 45. They're going to call 4th and 2.
Fans.
And what will the Vikings do? Are they going to go for it or are they going to kick? And the Vikings, 4th and 2 from the 46. Snap. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen, look, and a quick punt. Nice job by covering that up. Punts it down inside the 10. It'll keep rolling. And touchdown about the 8 by Jimmy Abney. So Wallen in the shotgun formation, fakes like they're going for it. They don't put anybody back, and he punts it over their head and gets it inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. So good job on Bigfork, and the coach is calling that right there. Thought they might go for the hard count, but they pinned him deep, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Florence at their 8-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation is Coleman with a back right next to him. And the snap. Coleman looking to roll left. Nowhere to go. Throws it deep. He's the left-hander. Wide open. Nobody covering him. As Isaac Epperly was supposed to have him on that play. And
Levi Posey.
Posey on a 92-yard touchdown pass as somebody missed an assignment there. He got behind the defense, and Coleman rolled left and threw it deep. .8:07 to go here in the first quarter, and the Vikings down 13-0 on your Bigfork Dairy Queen.
With the 87-yard touchdown catch into the end zone.
On your Bigfork Dairy Queen scoreboard, and on for the extra point try again
Mackey set to kick the PAT.
is Luke Mackey for Florence. blocked there. Coming up the middle, looks like number 60, Luke
Vikings think
Benson.
it's blocked. It's no good.
And
8:07
8:07 to go here in quarter number 1 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. It is the Florence Falcons 13 and the Vikings 0 on a couple big plays by Florence. Even though they had it pinned deep, they let one guy run by him, and Coleman, was a senior and an excellent quarterback for Florence, was able to put it on the numbers. And 92 yards later, they were in the end zone. So the Vikings will try it again. Hey, they moved the ball on offense. They just got to keep control and keep moving the football. Again, LaFontaine, Buckland, and Hurd back deep. And 57 again. That's McNair kicking off for Florence.
LaFontaine back to receive for the Vikings. Jaron Air McNair set to kick for your Falcons.
Hey, he kicks it deep. LaFontaine will run up, pick it up, and he's going to run it up the middle. Jukin gets it across the 30, out to 35, out near the 40.
From the 15-yard line.
Picks it up at the 15.
Out to the 35.
So he picks up 20 on the return. So 3 returns and nice returns of 20 or more yards on each one for the Vikings. So special teams taking care of business here. And now the Vikings will go 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line with 8:01 to go here in quarter number 1. I formation.
First down,
Wallem will go under center.
on their 36
Taylor,
yard line.
LaFontaine behind him. One receiver right, one receiver left. Here's the snap. Going to toss it out. And
LaFontaine scampers his way up
LaFontaine up the right side, out to the right side.
5-yard gain on the play, maybe 6.
Picks it up across the 40-yard line. And they mark it at 41, so he picked up 6. So second and 4 for the senior.
5.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. If they started at the 35, they're at the 41. That's 6 yards in my book. Anyway, we'll call it 2nd and 5, maybe 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation on the swing pass to Taylor. Taylor getting to the outside, and there goes a flag flying. Taylor up the sideline, takes it into Falcon territory, but he's out of bounds inside the 35. But there's a flag on the backside. It's one of the receivers for Bigfork. Came back to try to make the block, and I think he's going to be called for an illegal block on that to spring Taylor. And they're going to call holding, and that'll be 10 yards at the spot of the foul. $7:16 to go.
By the way, if you're cold, thirsty, or hungry, check the concession stand. They've got water, coffee, hot chocolate, soda, Powerade, cookies, chips.
Cost them 10 yards from the spot. And I'll see where they spot that. They're going to spot it.
Head on over to the concession stand.
Inside the 35, I believe, at about the 32. Rain starting to come down here in Florence.
2nd down and 13 for the Vikings.
So 2nd and 13 for Bigfork. A great play, but they made the mistake. Pass out to Wyatt Hurd, falls incomplete. They're trying to cover things up here. And the rain starts to come down. It wasn't supposed to rain till 10 o'clock tonight, but it's coming down a little bit early here in Florence.
Eli Christensen with the coverage for the Falcons. 3rd down and 21.
3rd and 21.
It's 3rd down, Falcons.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Catches it, looking to throw deep. He's got Hurd out there and broken up there by Posey. The pass intended for Hurd didn't get it quite enough outside, and Bigfork will 4th down, 4th and 21, and they'll have to punt.
Blake Shoup is back to receive for the Falcons.
Shoup to receive for the Falcons. It should be Ferrier kicking for Bigfork, number 34. Punts it, gets it off. A nice kick out across the 45. Picked up and fumbled, but recovered
Blake Shoup
by
fumbles the
Shoup.
catch, but gets it covered and is
And
tackled
around
at the Falcon 47-yard line.
Out to about the 47 and 1st and 10 for Florence at their own 47-yard line. And, of course, I forgot.
35-yard punt for the Vikings.
35 yards on the punt by Ferrier. Shotgun formation. Trips to the right, one to the left. Running back next to Coleman. Hands it off. And Coleman runs it right to Mill. LaFontaine's going to hang on to him. No, Coleman breaks away. This big, strong guy does Coleman, and they can't quite get him down, and he takes it in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags on the play.
That's a touchdown, Colby Coleman. That's a 53-yard quarterback keeper.
Coleman on the keeper.
Touchdown, Falcons.
6:30 to go here in quarter number one, and the Falcons are up 19-9 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Well, they'll go for two since they missed or had the extra point blocked earlier. So Coleman, shotgun formation. Two receivers left. One in motion. Nope. To the right. Handoff. And they're going to stop him. Short. Hits him hard. See Wyatt hurt in there.
Christensen is denied.
And Christensen is stopped by the Vikings. And Hurd helps on the stop.
Left in the first quarter. Falcons 19.
Falcons up 19-0 here. 6:30 to go on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. What's keeping you from getting fit? With discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, the Montana Athletic Club, 850 Hope Drive in Bigfork, Montana, 837-2582. Tell Doug Malum and the gang hi. And thanks for sponsoring Bigfork High School Athletics. All right. They'll kick again with Florence. So 3 big, long plays for Florence. And kicking off once again is Blair. LaFontaine, Buckland, and Hurd back deep to receive. And McNair will put it down
Jared McNair set to kick
on
for
the
Falcons.
40. There's a light rain still coming down. Maybe at halftime I'll go grab my umbrella.
LaFontaine back to receive for the Vikings.
Kicks it deep. LaFontaine at about the 10 or 15-yard line. Going to bring it up the middle, juking and driving, looking to get outside. He does. He could go. He's going up to 40, up to 45, and driven out of bounds on the far side. And a nice return.
The 14-yard line.
Picks it up at the 14.
Way out near the 45.
Gains about 31 on the return.
Pushed
So
out by a whole bunch of Falcons.
a flock of Falcons, they would say. It's not really a flock. I looked it up one time, and I can't remember what the word is. We'll see where they spot it. And they're spotted across the 40 at the 43-yard line. So he picked up about 30 yards on the return. So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Going to hand off. And Taylor stopped
Tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
immediately and for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. And pushed him back about a yard
Harrington and Duchesne
at
on
the
tackle.
42.
Levi
Excuse
Taylor, the
me.
ball carrier.
And it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Vikings. They need to get some rhythm going on that one drive they had and moving the football. 2 receivers out right. Taylor next to Wallen in shotgun formation. Snap, fakes. Wallen's going to keep it. Try to get to the outside is Wallen. And he's going to be met there by number 4.
Levi Taylor, the ball carrier. Tackled
Christensen.
Levi Christensen made the tackle.
And Taylor gets back to the original line of scrimmage about, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
That will be a 3rd down, football fans.
For the Vikings at about the 43-yard line with 5:20 and counting here in the first quarter. LaFontaine return for the Vikings. Out the last 2 plays after that return. Wallen gets the play, coming in to the huddle and calls the play. Buckland will go out left. 2 to the right. Wallen shotgun formation. Taylor gets the snap off. Wallen looking. He's looking deep for LaFontaine over the middle. Oh, nearly catches it at the 40-yard line. He collides with the safety, and LaFontaine gets up. And
Blake Shoop on the pass break.
Shoop breaks it up, but LaFontaine knocks him down, and he's got to come out of the game as they collide. A nice pass by Wallen late, but there was 2 defenders there for Florence.
Give him a hand. He's good to go.
Well, that'll bring up 4th and 10, and Ferrier will go back to punt for the Vikings. And back deep. It'll be number 4. That's Christensen to receive. So Ferrier in punt formation for the Vikings. Shoop deep for the Falcons. The snap. And a nice big punt. End over end. Right about the 21-yard line. And Buckland is right there. Along with a whole bunch of other Falcons. Levi Taylor and number 21 in on the tackle for Bigfork.
About 4 yards on the return.
And that'll be Jackson Abney, the freshman, gets in on the tackle for Bigfork.
For the Vikings.
So the younger brother of Jimmy Abney, who's a senior, gets in on the tackle, but Jackson's got some speed. I'm going to tell you that. All right. Trips to the left for Florence. Coleman, shotgun formation. 1 receiver to the right. Snap. Coleman's the left-hander looking to throw, and they're going to have to throw it underneath. Wyatt right there to meet as the pass is complete out to number 44. That's Mackey.
Luke Mackey, the receiver.
And Hurd right there to meet him.
By Wyatt Hurd. 6-yard gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
So the defense changed a little bit by Bigfork. Trips to the left. 1 receiver right. Shotgun formation is Coleman with a back right next to him. Snap. Looking to throw deep. And they're not going to let him have. Put some pressure on him. Oh, out of the outstretched hands of Mackey this time on the coverage. It is
coverage by
George Buckland on the coverage. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Brody, can you hear me?
3rd and 4 at the 36, and the Vikings need to get a stop here. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. And a flag flies as he tries to draw him off sides, and it looks like he did.
Blow the play dead. Flag on the field.
And defensive encroachment as Benson
goes against the defense.
Jumps, costs him 5 yards, and will give him a 1st down.
That's a 1st down, Falcons.
So 1st and 10, they'll go right away from the 41. Same formation, trips. Shotgun formation, Coleman. Handoff. And in the backfield is Pacheco. And he's going to bring down the running back. And Robbie Kaiser there late as Christensen stopped on the handoff. 3:53 to go in the first quarter. On your Tall Pine scoreboard, the Falcons lead 19-0. Trips left, single receiver to the right, shotgun formation with a single back. Coleman on the snap, looking to throw. Pressure on him, screen pass underneath the shoot, back in the ball game. And Shoop going to run up the sideline and cut back in. It looked like no flag and looked like one of the Vikings got held on that. And they do not throw the flag up the sideline. And Shoop, who got injured earlier, came back in and ran it up on the little wide receiver screen underneath. Racing up the sideline, breaks it back inside for the touchdown.
Reception.
And 67 yards later, Florence is
Falcons.
in the end zone. And they'll go for 2. 2 receivers to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Coleman, shotgun formation, the quarterback. Christensen right next to him. Coleman looking to pass, throws it over the middle, and throws it too high. Buckland on the coverage of Shoop. And Buckland with a nice coverage right there.
Falls incomplete.
And 3:42
on the coverage for the Vikings.
Left to go here in the first quarter. The Vikings have not scored yet. 25 for Florence on the UPS store of Bigfork scoreboard. For all your printing and shipping needs, the UPS store. Brad Stodgill and the gang down there at 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork, 837-2002. Well, the Vikings, every return on the kickoff has been great field position. We just can't capitalize on it, and we're giving up the big plays to Florence, which has a powerful offense with Coleman, the senior, leading the way. LaFontaine, Hurd. Buckland back deep. And Mackey will kick off again for Florence. Bigfork needs to put some points up on the board in this ball game. Kicks it deep. LaFontaine about the 10 or 15 yard line. We'll see where that is. He's going to break it up. Looks to break it outside. Going to break it up. He's at the 50. At the 45. Breaks his backside. Breaks it. Oh, nice move. Across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. That hamstring must be feeling good this week. He takes it at the 15. Brings it out to about the 47. And a 29-yard return. So every return so far has been put the Vikings in good field position. And 1st and 10 for Bigfork. And they'll be at their own
1-yard return by LaFontaine.
46-yard line, and it's 31 yards on the return. So he's probably up over 100 yards on returns already. Shotgun or on under center, I formation. LaFontaine in the I. Going to toss to him to the left. No, that's Hurd on the outside. Hurd up the left side and knocked out of bounds.
Ball was pitched out to number 30, Wyatt Hurd.
And number 25, Johnny Chamberlain, knocks him out of bounds. He's going to break it into Florence Falcon territory.
With the tackle.
And down to about the 47-yard line. And another first down for the Vikings. Hurd is in I formation behind Taylor. Buckland out left. One receiver to the right. Wallen snaps it. Gives it off to Hurd. Inside handoff, left side. Hurd's going to bring it out to the outside and goes out of bounds. Run out of bounds again. There's a flag on the play and tackled again there by Chamberlain. And usually that's in the area of holding.
There's a flag on the play.
And
Wyatt Hurd with the carry on offense.
so it is holding. It'll be 10 yards from the spot.
Don't you drift to the strong side. Folks, they calling a holding penalty on me every time. Did I ask for your excuses? You want to act like a star? You better give me a star effort. Do you hear me?
And looks like Florence will push the Vikings back and 10 yards. So they got some on the play.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
And they'll get it at the 48-yard line of Florence.
Penalty goes against the Vikings.
And they got to go down to the 33, so about 1st and 15. I formation. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Wallen back to pass. Finds Abney on the far side. Abney goes up. And the pass is a little bit high for Jimmy Abney. And falls incomplete on the pass attempt.
On the coverage for the Falcons.
And it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Vikings.
Down and 16.
I'll call it at the 48. down to the 33. I got 15, but I say 2nd and 15. LaFontaine back in I formation behind Taylor. One receiver to the left, one to the right for Bigfork. Wallen, he's going to toss it out to Kanan. Kanan's going to run out to the right side, dances, breaks it back inside. Met there by a host of Falcons, and he's pushing it forward. And finally, they blow the whistle. As he keeps pumping his legs, he will not go down.
Gets back to the
and they
original
blew the
scrimmage.
whistle.
Met by about half the Falcons. Going to be 3rd down.
3rd and about 15. As they blew the whistle early, even though he wasn't stopped. He kept on chugging his legs.
Falcons.
So 3rd and 15 for Bigfork with 2:35 and counting to go till the end of the first quarter. Trips out to the left. One receiver to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation. And just before the play, Bigfork will take its first time out here in the ball game. 2:22 to go on your Bigfork Dental Center scoreboard. And 25-0, the Falcons lead the Vikings. So again, thanking our sponsors, Bigfork Dental Center, the Bigfork Harvest Foods, Bigfork Dairy Queen, Gilliard Painting, the Montana Athletic Club, the Tall Pine, and the UPS Store. Thanks for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football on BFSD events here on YouTube. Yeah, it was a cast of Falcons on the tackle. When you have more than one, it's a cast. I knew it was something different. All right, the Vikings come out about 3rd and 15, maybe 16. Trips out to the left. One receiver to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation. Wallen looking to throw. The bubble screen, LaFontaine met immediately by Christensen.
Eli Christensen with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
And he tackles
Caden
LaFontaine
was your receiver.
on the reception. And they're going to lose a few yards. Back inside Bigfork territory, the
4-yard
47.
loss on the play. That's gonna bring up
He
a first
read that
down
one,
Falcon.
so nobody to
A fourth
block
down for the
him
Vikings.
on that play. So Bigfork will have to punt. Ferrier back to punt. And back deep is Shoop to receive for Florence at about his 15-yard line. Ferrier, the freshman, nice job kicking, end over end. That could have rolled off a Falcon. A good bounce inside the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. A nice punt there by Ferrier. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 24. And now they're going to mark it at the 25-yard line. It's touchdown at the 24. They mark at the 25. Well, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Two receivers right. Trips to the left. One receiver trips right. One receiver left. Shotgun formation is Coleman. And the guard I can see from here raises hand. False start. It's going to put Florence
Flag on the field.
back at a 1st and 15 as he false start
Call goes
on
against
that.
the Falcons. Must be a false start. They're going to back that up 5 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15 for the Falcons. From
1st
their
and
own
15
20-yard
from the
line.
20. They got to get out to the 35 with 1:42 to go here in quarter number 1. Three receivers to the right. One to the left. Shotgun formation is Coleman. Snap. Hands off up the middle to Christian. And this time Bigfork read it. Abney
Christian
right
with
there
the
on the
carry.
initial stop.
Picked
Looks
up
like
about
Taylor
3 on
as
that
well.
play.
Picks up about 3 yards. And that is correct. It'll be 2nd and 12 from about the 23-yard line.
Abney on the tackle for the Vikings.
Trips right. Single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Coleman. Coleman looking to throw it deep. And nobody's going to bite on that one. Yeah, inside, nice coverage there
Blake Shoup
by
on the
21.
reception.
Shoup catches it, and Buckland takes him
It's
down.
going to be a first down, Falcons.
And Jackson Abney, actually a sophomore, trying to cover on that, got turned around, and Coleman just threw it off his left shoulder into Bigfork territory. And they're going to have it inside the 45 at the 43-yard line, and 1st and 10 for Florence. Trip to the left, single receiver right, shotgun formation is Coleman. One running back right next to him on the right side. Coleman slaps his hands together, snaps it, gives it off to 25, breaks it up, and they're going to flag comes flying in. That's the area of holding. And Chamberlain on the carry, and Abney must have got held there because that flag come flying in from the side judge.
There's a flag on the play.
It is indication is holding against Florence. Holding on the Falcons. That'll push them back 10 from the spot of the foul.
Holding goes against the Falcons. They're going to back it up.
It's
going to be first down.
Across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. And first
down
and
and
10.
15 for the Falcons.
1st and 15 for Florence. Trips right. Single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Coleman. Snap. Hands off and keeps it. Taken down there right away.
Colby Coleman with the quarterback keeper up the
But
middle.
Kaiser meets him immediately and takes him down. And he probably picks up 2 yards, maybe 3. 2nd and 12 for Florence. Trips right. One receiver left. Coleman, shotgun formation, snap. Looking to throw it deep. And Abney's right there putting the pressure on him. Outside, gets away. Trying to run him down. LaFontaine's going to run him down, take him out of bounds.
Colby Coleman, the quarterback keeper, up the right side.
And doesn't go out of bounds. And LaFontaine on the tackle as Coleman breaks it out. Is nearly brought in down in the backfield.
On the tackle.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter.
At the end of the first quarter,
so on your Bigfork Harvest scoreboard, it is the Florence Falcons 25 and the Bigfork Vikings 0 after 1 quarter from Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows from Florence, Montana. 406-270-7384. I'll be back with the second quarter here from Florence, Montana. All right, welcome back to Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine. And 1st and 10 inside the 30 at the 29 for Florence, the 29-yard line of Bigfork. Shotgun formation, trips to the left. And Coleman fakes the handoff. He's going to run deep, but Buckland is right there, steps in front and nearly takes it away, but coming back to the football was number 2.
Complete to Cadence Waller.
Cadence Waller. But Buckland had the coverage. And Waller came back for it.
Down, Falcons.
Inside the 5. Check that right at the 5-yard line. And 1st and goal for Florence. Shotgun formation. Trips to the right. Single receiver left. I-back behind Coleman in the shotgun. Hard count trying to get Bigfork to jump. Calls into play from the sideline. Christensen goes right on the left side of Coleman. Mackey and hands off to Christensen. Coleman keeps it, fumble, and Bigfork's going to get that one back at about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Ball comes loose on the field at the goal line.
Robbie
Recovered by the
Kaiser,
Vikings.
as Coleman fumbles it as he's trying to go to the end zone, and a nice defensive play by Kaiser, and Kaiser will recover the fumble at the 1 yard line of Bigfork, and they're going to have to run that one out of the end zone. Is Bigfork. So I'm sure they're going to go in running formation here, and they're going to have to block up front to get one out of the end zone. High formation, LaFontaine deep, nearly the back line. Taylor in front of him, Wallen. Puts Borgie in motion over the left side. Going to hand off to Taylor. Taylor inside, handoff. Going to bring it up the right side. Slap it at him out near the 5 yard line, and Coleman brings him down along with Christensen at the 5. So he picks up 4 and second and 6.
Carry picks up about 4 yards.
So Taylor going up the middle, didn't have it, and broke it out to the right side. Able to get out to the 5 as they're trying to strip it was Coleman. And Christensen and Coleman able to bring Taylor down. One receiver right, one left. I formation. Wallen under center. Behind him is Taylor. Behind him is LaFontaine in the end zone. Snap. Going to give it off. Throws it out. Oh, he has Buckland, but overthrows him. Pass.
George Buckland was the intended receiver.
He's covered there by Posey, and
it's 3rd down, Falcons.
On the post route is Buckland, and can't quite hit him on that one. Two tight ends in. Buckham will come out. 10:27 to go here in the half. I formation again. LaFontaine 2 yards inside the end zone. Wallen under center. Taylor. LaFontaine busts it up the middle, out near the 10 yard line, but he's going to be short of the first down. It gets out to about the 9. It'll be about 2 yards short. And it'll be 4th and 2.
4th down and 3. It's 4th down, Falcons.
And Ferrier will come in to punt for Bigfork. And Shoup will be back deep, just inside the 50 at about the 45 yard line of Bigfork to receive. And Ferrier. Low snap, picks it up, looking to run is Ferrier. And gets a nice block. Ferrier. Get it up. He's going to be out near the first down. Breaks it across the 10 as the snap is fumbled. No flags I see, but gets it out of bounds. He's going to pick up a first down as he crosses the 10 out to about the 12.
That's going to be a first down for the
So
Vikings.
A bad snap, not a planned fake punt for sure. He gets out to the 13 yard line as he picks up 8 on the play.
First down on the
unplanned, but was able to get it out there and get a first down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Taylor next to Wallen in shotgun formation. LaFontaine in motion, fakes a handoff, gives it to Taylor up the middle on the counter. Taylor across the 20 yard line, up near the first down. He's going to be blown dead. Takes it across the 20, about the 21 or 22 yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Levi Taylor on the carry.
So
tackled by the whole front line of the Falcons.
And he gets it out
down and 3.
right at the 20 yard line, and second and about 2, because I think he has to get out to the 22, maybe 23. A long 2, maybe a short 3. But they're moving it out from their end zone. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Taylor behind Wall in shotgun formation. LaFontaine goes in motion. Breaks it out to the right side. Got to get on the corner. Tries to get around the corner. Lowers his shoulder. And rides him out.
Ferrier, the keeper.
LaFontaine on the
Pushed out
carrier.
of bounds by Chamberlain.
Chamberlain rides him out of bounds. And he may have got the first down. They're going to call time to measure. So he might have picked up those 2 required yards to get the first down as he fought for it against Chamberlain. And he's going to call timeout to measure. Officials timeout. So he needed about
Out on the field.
2 to 3 yards, and I think he got really close to that, but he's on the near side, and the sticks are on the far side, on the visitor side, so we'll have to come out here and measure and see if it actually is a first down. I can't quite see that Florence Falcons are in the way. They're going to put it down, and they're going to measure. And it is a first down. So LaFontaine on the pitch to the right, able to get enough for a first down. And the Vikings, who were pinned in the end zone, were punting and got back-to-back first down. So they got a little bit of momentum. So out about the 23-yard line. And first and 10 for Bigfork. I formation. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left for the Vikings. LaFontaine behind Taylor. Wallen under center. Wallen takes it, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor breaks it right up the middle. Mackey in on the tackle as Taylor refuses to go down and spins out of it. Just becoming stronger and stronger. This kid has been in the weight room, let me tell you, and he's strong. Takes it across the 25 out near the 26-yard line. He picks up about 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7 for the Vikings. 8:30 and counting here till halftime. This would be good for the Vikings, able to sustain this drive and get a score. 2 receivers out right, or left, excuse me. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen looking to throw that screen. Throws the screen pass out to Buckland. Buckland breaks it up the left side. Gets it out near the first down marker on the far side and ridden out of bounds. And we'll have to see where they spot it. As those guys were coming over there, and the guys with the flags, sticks, you know what they do? They drop them so they don't get run over. Well, it takes it across the 30, out near the 32. They're going to call it right at the 30. And about 3rd and along 2, maybe 3 for Bigfork with 8:10 to go. Buckland on the wide receiver screen, gets out of bounds. Tight formation, shotgun formation for Wallen. Wallen's going to keep it, runs it right up the middle. He's going to pick the first down and more as he gets up across the 30, out near the 35. They're going to spot it about the 33-yard line. And 1st and 10.
Fisher on the carry. Gets over the first down yardage. That is a first down for the Vikings.
And they pick up the first down at 1st and 10 at their own 34 as the rain starts to come down a little bit heavier here in Florence. I looked at the forecast. It wasn't supposed to rain till 10 o'clock tonight. Okay, I formation, Wallen under center. And Florence doesn't like what's happening, and he's going to call a timeout with 7:36 to go till halftime. On your Gilliard Painting scoreboard, it's 25-0. The Falcons lead the Vikings. Interior and exterior staining and painting, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking, Chip Gilliard and Gilliard Painting at 1080 Swan, Horseshoe Drive, and Bigfork. 210-7794 or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com. For all your painting needs, interior, exterior, contact Gilliard Painting and Chip Gilliard. Thanks for sponsoring, an official sponsor, Bigfork Vikings football. Well, the Vikings have some momentum going, and I think that's why Florence coach Duchesne just tried to call timeout to say, hey, we need to tighten up on defense. Bigfork able to run the ball better tonight. Their play selections, they've had great field position, able to get that stop there, but giving up some big plays in the first half to Colby Coleman and the Florence Falcons. They're on the ball at the 34-yard line with 7:36 to go, and they have a couple timeouts left, so plenty of time. One receiver out left, wide, one receiver right, I formation, Wallen under center. Snap. Gives it off to LaFontaine. LaFontaine across the 45. He keeps running, and he doesn't stop, and they stand him up. They don't take him down. So battling tonight after a couple tough first games. And let's see where they spot it. They're going to give him about 5 on the play. 2nd and 5.
Nearly a 5-yard gain on the play.
At about the 39-yard line, then
short 6.
We're going to call that 2nd and 5, a long 5, short 6. I formation, Wallen under center, Taylor, LaFontaine behind him. One receiver right, one receiver left. Fakes it. Look at him deep. And a catch. Nice pass by Wallen as for Bigfork.
Pass complete to number 26, Ryder Nolan.
Ryder Nolan gets behind the defense as the corner bites.
Colby Coleman on the coverage.
And Coleman on the coverage as Nolan beats the cornerback. And Wallen able to hit him. And that'll be at the 35-yard line of Florence. And a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 2 receivers right. Shotgun formation, Taylor next to Wallen. Wallen looking. Quarterback read, takes it up the right side. He's going to cross, gets 5, maybe 6 yards, does Wallen, and they blow it. He gets down near the 30-yard line.
Ryder Nolan on the carry. Tackled by Shoop, Paolo, and Mackey.
Shoop
be 2nd down and 4.
and Mackey. He picks up 6 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 4 for the Vikings, just inside the 30-yard line. On a nice play there by Patrick Wallen. Wallen calling the play. 2 trips to the left and 1 receiver to the right. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Wallen looking to throw. Throws it deep. He got a man open in the corner by the end zone.
Pass falls incomplete.
Intended for
George Buckland, intended receiver.
Wide open, and Wallen
Levi
sees him
Posey
through
on the
a
coverage for
little
the
bit late,
Falcons.
and
It's
Posey
3rd down.
on the coverage, and 3rd and 4, and I believe this is 2-down territory for the Vikings. 5:23 till
The
halftime.
Falcons are asking for your help.
Calling the play. Got to hurry up and get out. 2 receivers. Trips to the left. LaFontaine in the slot. Buckland out wide. LaFontaine right behind Abney. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Taylor next to him. LaFontaine in motion. Hands it off to Taylor. Taylor trying to run up the middle. And he's stopped by a host or a
Levi
cast
Taylor,
of
the carry.
Falcons, if you will.
Stopped on the play.
Didn't quite need to smooth
Chase
that
Conley
out
with the
a little
tackle.
bit. And 4th and 4, and Bigfork has got to go for it.
Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. It's 4th down, football fans.
4th and about a long 3 for Bigfork. Two receivers to the left. Shotgun formation for Wallen. Taylor right next to him. And the Vikings, man, they must have not known the snap count.
Flags on the field.
A bunch of guys moved and the center didn't snap it. That usually means the center might have forgot the snap count on that, and that's going to cost Bigfork 5 yards.
False start against the Vikings. That's going to back it up.
So instead of
4th down and a
9.
long 9.
4th and 9 for Bigfork. And they got to get something done here. This is their opportunity to put something on the board. Bjorgi out to the right. And some confusion on the Vikings as Pacheco tries to run off. But
Timeout on the field.
Bigfork has to take a timeout, and that's critical. That's their 2nd timeout here in the first half And 4:18 to go. And on your Montana Athletic Club Bigfork scoreboard, and 25-0 Bigfork trails, but an opportunity to score here as they've been driving it all the way down after stopping them and recovering the fumble at the 1 yard line, and that getting a few yards is short of the first down. The low snap on the punt, Ferrier just picks it up and runs it for a first down. They pick up another and they've been moving slowly down the field. Got a little rhythm. And the Vikings need to put this one get first down and then run the clock out and score. Don't give the Falcons another opportunity to score before halftime. Some guys stepping up, some freshmen getting in the ball game. 406-270-7384. Give me a text to James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Wallen snap. Shotgun looking. And down the middle is
on the ground.
Buckland.
Luke Mackey on the coverage.
And Mackey and them meet Buckland right there, man. And Buckland took a shot, but the ball comes out incomplete. And it'll be turnover on downs as Buckland runs the skinny post up the left side and was right there but broken up by Mackey. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, their own 34 for Florence. And Bigfork's got to make sure Florence doesn't score here. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Coleman, shotgun formation, single receiver behind him. Borgie had pressure on Coleman, throws it underneath into the ground, and not caught by Christensen.
Coleman's pass falls incomplete to Christensen.
And as Isaac Bjorgi put some pressure on him and forces him out of the pocket, and he throws it short there to Christensen. And that'll bring up 2nd. And 2nd and 10 for the Falcons at the 34 with 4:04 to go. 2 receivers right. 2 receivers left. Shotgun formation is Coleman barking out the play. 1 running back right next to him. Snap. Classes his hands together. Looking to get it off. Pressure on him over the middle. And met and caught right there as it catches it.
Is complete across
and the
middle.
Coverage by Isaac Epperly. And Round catches it.
That's a first down, Falcons. Coverage and tackle provided by Isaac Epperly.
1 receiver right. Looks like trips to the left, right. 1 receiver left. Shotgun formation. Coleman slaps his hands together. Got to put pressure on him. Epperly getting held right there, taken down. The flag flies out. That's an easy one. They're going to pick right there. And he completes the pass.
Blake Shoop with the catch.
Shoop with the catch, but that's going to come back as
there's a flag on the play in the backfield.
Jimmy Abney trying to get to Coleman is clearly held, and that flag come flying in by the referee. And that was an easy call. That'll be 10 yards from the hold spot, which puts Florence way back in a first down. The flag is back inside the 30-yard line where it was thrown, and that's going to be 10 yards from that spot. So at the 29, looks like they're going to push them all the way back, and we'll see where they spot that. And it'll be 1st and a country mile, or 1st and Lolo, if you will.
Ball is spotted on the 25-yard line.
25-yard line. They got to get into Bigfork territory at the 42, so this is 1st and Lolo to go for Florence. Trips right, single receiver left. Coleman, deep. They got him. They grabbed him, but bring him down. He's a tough guy to bring down. Coleman
with the quarterback keeper.
Brought down there by number 30, Wyatt Hurd.
10 yards on the play.
He got 10 of that back.
With the tackle.
It was 1st and 32.
2nd down and 22.
And 2nd and 22 for Florence. One receiver left, 2 trips to the right. Shotgun formation is Coleman, 2:56 and counting. Trying that hard count's not working. The Vikings are not jumping. They must have saw that on film. So well coached on that. Coleman got to get it. Going to have to get that off. They can start counting. Coleman snaps his hands together, looking, hands it off. Buckland and LaFontaine on the stop of Christensen up the right side
Viking territory.
as he hands off.
George Buckley with the tackle. That's a first down, Falcons.
And another big play by Florence inside Viking territory, inside the 35 at the 33. Trips right, single receiver left. Coleman, shotgun formation. Looking to score before halftime is Florence. One more. Fakes the hand off Coleman, looking to throw deep. Nobody to throw to on the outside. Nearly picked and knocked away, broken up.
Pass intended for Luke Mackey. Joseph Ferrier with the
Ferrier breaks it up.
Second down.
The freshman for Bigfork comes from the safety spot. And, from the linebacker spot and knocks that away. So 2nd and 10 for Florence. Trips right. One receiver to the left. Backer right next to Coleman on his left side, shotgun formation. Coleman, snap, looking, screen out there, and throws it. He throws it out in front to Round, but
brings up 3rd down for the Falcons.
Round came back too far for the screen, and it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 10, 1:50 on the clock till halftime. Once again, same formation. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Back, Christensen right next to Coleman in shotgun formation. Christensen on his left side. Coleman barking out the play. Snap, fumbles it just a little bit. Pressure from Abney. Abney's got it from behind. He's going to take him down. Abney grabs the jersey, and what coach tells you to do? Grab some cloth. He grabs a cloth and takes him down. He's going to sack him all the way back across the 40 out to about the 44-yard line. And 4th down from about the 43. They got to get down to about the 19.
Vikings call a timeout on the field.
So 4th and 24 is what I got. I did the math right. So they need to get to the 24-yard line. Oh, check that. 4th and 19. Timeout called by the Vikings as they're doing a great job in stopping him. Actually, Abney got in on that. Had the pressure, had a guy all over him, blocking him, able to reach his hand out, grab some jersey, and never let go of Coleman. Coleman, the lefty, couldn't get break loose to try to throw it because that's the arm that, or the side of the jersey that Abney had, and just was able to take him down and not let go. So 4th down here. Looks like Coleman in punt formation. LaFontaine and Buckland back deep to receive. He's able to get it off. Buckland takes it. He's going to take it up the left side as a Falcon is right there. He's going to run it out across near the 30-yard line as Buckland. And a Falcon right on him. He still makes the catch. Doesn't call for the fair catch. That's a gutty play right there by Buckland. Takes it out near the 30. He's about the 28-yard line. So 1 minute exactly to go to halftime. The Vikings trailing 25-0 on the Tall Pines scoreboard here in Florence, Montana. I formation. Or check that, shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Wallen next to Taylor in the back. Wallen looking to throw it. Throws it out to Fisher. Fisher trying to break it back in. He does. Out to the 30-yard line. Picked up about 2 on the play. Clock's running. Got to get a quick play off.
2-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 8.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Hurry up offense for the Vikings. Looking to throw it deep. Out to Fisher. Fisher, get out of bounds. Save the clock, doesn't get out of bounds. Up near the 35-yard line, about the 34 as the clock runs. Third down, under 20 seconds to go, about 15. Wallen, shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Here's the snap. Wallen gives it off to Taylor. Taylor running it. Taylor, right side, not going to go down. Refuses, crosses the 40-yard line. And the clock will run out here in the first half. So halftime brought to you by the Tall Pine and Casino in Bigfork.
Folks, it's halftime. Your score
on the UPS scoreboard is
Falcons
25
Vikings
to
0.
nothing. The
Please
Falcons
stick
lead
around.
the
We got some
Vikings.
halftime entertainment, and we
But
have
the Tall
homecoming
Pine,
royalty.
I'll get you your stats here after the break.
We
But
have some
brought to you by the Tall Pine and
royalty
Casino.
to
2 pool
announce.
tables, shuffleboard, casino,
Make sure
9
you get some
TVs
time
for all your
to check
games
the
on the big screen. And the kitchen's always open during football season. Old Town Center, 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana. The Tall Pine, proud sponsor of Bigfork Athletics. We'll be back to you with more of halftime and your stats from Florence, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of the Vals from Florence, Montana.
Walking taco. Good luck.
All right, welcome back to Florence, Montana. The voice of the Vikes of the Vals with you at halftime.
All right, we want to welcome our homecoming royalty.
On your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, 25-0. The Vikings trail. Leaders for Bigfork, Wallen 8 of 14, good 45 yards. Rushing, Kanan LaFontaine 7 carries, 25 yards. Ryder Nolan at 1 reception for 27 yards. Coleman for Florence, 7-11, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 7 carries, 91 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The senior Coleman, just a fantastic athlete, and the quarterback for Florence, and Shoop 3 receptions, 98 yards, and a touchdown.
Nominees for King and Queen.
It is homecoming here in Florence,
and Hallie Christofferson.
And overall, number of plays, 37, Bigfork, 22, Florence. Total offense, 129 for Bigfork, 350 for Florence.
And Blake Hinsdale.
I'm not sure the time of possession is correctly. Rushing attempts, Bigfork, 23 for 84 yards, 11 for 123 for Florence. 8 of 14, like I said, in passing, 7-11 for them and out 45 yards to 227. One fumble loss for each. 7 first downs to 10 first downs. Rushing, not doing a bad job. 3 and 9 for Bigfork on conversion. 1 of 2 for Florence, and 1 and 3 on fourth down for Bigfork. Penalty yards 4 for 30, 4 for 35 for Florence.
Congratulations, Madison.
Punts average
Kyler.
4 for 32. Nice job by Farrier, the freshman tonight. Look at your passing stats, 8 of 14 again for Wallen, 45 yards. Leading the way in rushing, LaFontaine 25 on 7 carries, 24 yards by Levi Taylor on 10 carries, so right behind Canaan. Wyatt Hurd 2 for 18, Patrick 3 for 11, and Farrier 1 for 6. Receiving, Nolan has 1 for 27, LaFontaine 2 for 6. Walker Fisher 2 for 6, Taylor 1 for 3, Buckland 2 for 3, and Abney and Hurd thrown at 2, but not complete. Buckland leading the way in the defense, 4 solo. Abney right behind him with 3 solo, 1 sack, and 1 tackle for loss. Wyatt Hurd with 2, LaFontaine with 1, Pacheco with 1, Kaiser with 1, Epperly. I'm not sure this is totally updated. So punting stat 3 for 91 and 1 inside the 20 for Farrier. Wallen 1 for 37. Punt returns, Buckland 1 for 19. LaFontaine on kick returns. Great job tonight. He's 5 kick returns for 104 yards, a 20.8 average. So, like I said, the Vikings have had opportunities at good field position, not able to capitalize tonight as of yet. So, yeah, and I don't think this is totally updated for halftime. I'll try to get that and see if this updates.
It's a flash mob, everybody.
For you later on. Well, Bigfork will kick off to start the second half as they receive the first half kickoff. And defense playing a little bit later, but they've given up so many big plays to Coleman and his arm and running and then a shoot. So some missed opportunities, the Vikings, but a nice stop when for sure Coleman was going to go in and score for Florence and able to cause the fumble, recovered at the 1, and then able to get it out there and take it all the way down and move it down the field, but not able to punch it in. That would have been a big thing if they were able to get at least a score before halftime. All right, we got 8 minutes here to go. 406-270-7384, and we'll be back with your second half from Florence, Montana. The voice of the Vikes, Val with you. Text me. Let me know that you can hear me out there. You're listening. I know some guys have done that, so I appreciate that. Might have a little bit of dead air here for a minute, but I'll be back with you for the second half. Well, once again, welcome back to Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. And the Vikings, they got a tough road to hoe here in the second half. They're going to kick off to Florence. Here to start the second half, trailing 25-0 on your Bigfork Dental scoreboard. Dr. Aaron Price, the team at Bigfork Dental are proud to support Vikes and Vals Athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all of your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today at 837-5611 or see bigforkdental.com. Final warm-up here before the second half kickoff. And Florence put up 25 in the first quarter, and Bigfork able to hold the Falcons scoreless in quarter number 2. So their defense kind of stepped up and made some adjustments and changes, the coaches and personnel, to make and not give up any long or big plays to Florence in the second quarter. They got to do the same thing on this opening drive for Florence. They got to stop them, and they need to get in down there and score. I thought they had a great opportunity at the end of the first half, unable to get it down there and capitalize on that and punch it in for some points. That would have changed things if it had been 25-7 rather than 25-0. The Vikings are still, they never are quitters, and they'll keep playing here in the second half, and it's a tale of two halves sometimes. So if they can get things done here in the second half, maybe have an opportunity. First of all, they got to get a stop and then put some points up and then go from there. So Bigfork will kick off, and Florence will receive here to start the second half with about 1 minute to go. 406-270-7384. Text me and let me know that you can hear me. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals from Florence, Montana. On here on BFSD events here on YouTube, covering the Bigfork Vikings football team. Well, number 23 for Bigfork. That is Tanner Stone to kick off. His first kick of the night, the sophomore. And back deep, I think number 4 or 5, Christensen, along with Shoup to receive for Florence. The second half kickoff, about 30 seconds to go.
Shoup and Christensen set to receive for the Falcons as we kick off the second half of the game.
Bigfork heading from north to south. Florence will receive out of the south. Waiting for the clock to get set, and the official will give the football to Tanner and get this second half underway as the Vikings will kick and go on defense. Hey, unless you recover one, that can always happen. Good thing. So Stone
Kicking for the
puts it on the 40 on the tee, and he's ready to kick. Whistle blows, and the Vikings are ready to go. And he's going to squib kick it down the middle. Picked up by number 3 and brought down.
Jacob Round fields the ball
Round
at the 30-yard line, picks
up the
11
30, gets out to the 41, and I think number 65.
Tackled by Isaac Bjorgi.
Bjorgi in on the tackle, along with 65 for Bigfork. That's Archie Breivik, I believe, on the tackle as well. So Florence will come out in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a single setback next to Coleman. And they're looking like they're going to want to throw here in the second half, get things unlocked. Throws it up deep, Buckland on the coverage. Buckland jumps in front and nearly picks it off.
Levi Posey, the intended receiver.
Posey, Buckland on the coverage, and Mackey right there with LaFontaine as well. And Buckland breaks it up And it falls incomplete as Coleman tries to go deep. So one receiver left. Trips to the right. Coleman, shotgun formation, single setback. Snap. Coleman hands off to Christian. And tackle.
Christensen
Brought down behind.
around the right side.
In on the tackle is Luke Benson along with Levi Taylor.
Benson and Kaiser on the tackle. Picks up about 7 on the play. Brings up third down and 3.
3rd and 3 for
Maybe
Florence.
A long 3.
3rd and 3, make it 3rd and 4 as he picks up 6. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. And Coleman, shotgun formation with Christensen on his left side. Mackey goes, formation stops. Coleman on the carry. Coleman looking to get outside. Tripped up by Taylor and run out of bounds.
Coleman, the quarterback
Levi
keeper,
Taylor tripped up nearly by Buckland and run out of bounds by Taylor. And he'll cross. And Taylor and LaFontaine right there.
On the 44-yard line.
And it'll be down to the 44 of Bigfork as they cross into Viking territory. And a 1st and 10 for Florence at the Vikes 44-yard line. One receiver left. Looks like trips to the right. Coleman, shotgun. Screen out to the right. And brought down there by Taylor.
Around the receiver.
As Round makes the reception.
Levi Taylor with the tackle.
Taylor on the tackle, the middle linebacker for Bigfork.
2-yard gain on the play.
Just a sophomore.
2nd down and 8.
And picks up about 2. And 2nd and 8 for the Falcons. Trips left. Mackey will slide inside the slot. One receiver to the right. Shotgun formation for Coleman. Coleman snaps. Looking, hands it off to Christensen. Christensen right side, busting through and going to be grabbed behind Bjorgi. And I can't tell who the other guy is on the far side.
Gets over 1st down yardage, gets down close to the 31-yard line of the
and
Vikings.
Along Wyatt Hurd as well, and Christensen is hurt. His leg tackled underneath him by Hurd on the far side. And the officials time out for an injury to Christensen of Florence. All the players taking a knee. And he'll get it down near the 30-yard line. That made it the 31. And it'll be enough for a 1st down, it looks like. As Christensen still on the ground on the far side for Florence with 10:13 to go here in quarter number 3. On your Bigfork Dairy Queen scoreboard, Falcons lead 25-0. They're attending to Christensen on the far side still. And he was grabbing like his left leg when I could see from here when he's down over there. So hope that he is okay. Well, the Vikings need to get a stop here. 1st and 10 on the Vikes 31 for Florence. And Christensen is up.
Hand, folks.
And he's hobbling, took a shot on the far side. And he'll have to come out of the ball game, and I'm not quite sure if he'll be back in this game. They're running back. So Florence is going to have to make some changes. Here, we'll see as he gingerly is being helped across the field by the coach. Now he wants, hey, let me walk on my own. He's hobbling, but on his own. That's a good sign. Coaches will come off. Coleman will go in shotgun formation, and 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and a single setback next to, and I can't catch the number yet, but I'll let you know here later, next to Coleman. Coleman in that shotgun formation on a 1st and 10. And a flag flies like illegal or false start. Yep, false start. Somebody moved.
False start goes against the Falcons.
Against Florence. And looks like 25 for Florence is back there in the backfield.
First down and 15
And that's
for the
Johnny
Falcons.
Chamberlain at running back for Florence. Pushing back 5 yards. 1st and 15 at the 36-yard line. Snap, Coleman. And Kaiser, Robbie Kaiser just reaches out with his paws and grabs him. Chamberlain and just throws him
Robbie
back.
Kaiser on the tackle for the Vikings.
And he'll lose a few more all the way back inside to the 42. Got to get down to the 22. 2nd and 20 for Florence.
2nd down and 21.
Trips to the right, single receiver left. Coleman, shotgun formation. Chamberlain right next to him on his left side. Snap. Kaiser. Snap. And nice job by Levi Taylor as that screen is to shoot. And Levi Taylor reads that perfectly from the middle linebacker spot. And he's going to push him back even farther. Maybe gained a yard
Down to 26
at
for
the
Falcons.
47. Check that, 3rd and 26 for Florence. And Bigfork needs a big stop here. So the defense has been putting pressure on the quarterback, able to push him back. And Coleman, shotgun formation. And another false start on Florence.
Start goes against the Falcons. They're going to back it up 5 more.
Another 5 yards.
By the way, if anybody has any cheater glasses, bring them on up. We could use them. Thank you.
3rd down and Lolo to go. Bigfork makes sure that they don't throw it over the top. Coleman, shotgun formation. Doubles. To the right, to the left. They take off early. I'm surprised the flag didn't fly. Coleman looking to get out. Throws it over the middle. Caught. And he's going to be tackled.
Blake
Short.
Shoup with the catch.
As Shoop
He's tackled
near the first,
real close
earlier
to the
first down.
30-yard line.
LaFontaine in on the tackle with
George
White
Buckland
Hurd.
and Jackson Abney. And LaFontaine on the tackle.
And it'll be inside. About the 29-yard line. They got it. And 4th and 8. And 2 to the right. Single trips to the right. Single receiver to the left. Coleman, shotgun formation. They'll probably try to run it here. Throws it. Coleman running out to the right.
Luke Mackey with the reception.
They say Mackey caught it, but it looks like it might have hit some turf, and they're going to call it complete.
Abney on the coverage.
Jackson
That's gonna be
Abney
a
on the
first down,
coverage.
Falcons.
So inside the 20. Mackey coming back to it. Can't tell from here because on the far side. Inside the 20. At about the 15, maybe 16-yard line. Check that at the 18, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation for Coleman. Snap. Hands it off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain right side. Run up. Isaac Epperly.
Johnny Chamberlain burrows his way up the right side.
And take it inside the 10.
Tackled by Isaac Epperly.
And they're going to put it down about the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd
9-yard gain
and
on the play
2.
brings up 2nd down and a long 1.
We'll call it 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation, trips left. Single receiver to the right. Coleman back. Calls for the snap. Looking to pass. Throws it. And stops short.
Mackey with the reception.
Mackey
Close to the goal line, but I think they mark it at about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yep. Jax Abney along with
Buckland,
Farrier and
on the
Buckland.
coverage with the tackles.
And down near first and goal from about the 2 for Florence. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, single to the left. Coleman is going to run it up to the left. And Bjorgi had him right there and doesn't grab it. Coleman scores his 3rd touchdown of the night from 25 yards out. 2 yards out.
2-yard touchdown run for Colby Coleman, quarterback keeper.
And 6:24 on.
Mackey set to kick the PAT with
Mackey to try
the hold.
the extra point try. And 6:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bigfork's done a good job on special teams blocking kicks. Able to get up the middle. Oh. Hits the right upright and off. No good.
PAT is no good.
6:24 to go.
4 left in the 3rd quarter. Falcons
On your
31,
Montana Athletic Cup
Vikings
scoreboard,
0.
31-0. The Vikings trail. What's keeping you from getting fit with discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates? Get a hold of Doug Malum and Nancy Malum at the Montana Athletic Club at 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, 837-2582. Proud sponsors of Bigfork Athletics and the Bigfork Vikings football team. Well, they had him pushed all the way back. Can't make that big. Then they give up the big play. To be able to move him into short yardage on 4th down, and they go for it. And able to pick up the 1st down and eventually score. Well, LaFontaine along with Buckland and Hurd back deep to receive the kick. 57, that's McNair.
LaFontaine back to receive for the Vikings. Jaron Air McNair set to kick for the Falcons.
So kicking out of the south is Florence, and the Vikings will take it out of the north. LaFontaine at about the 12-yard line, looking to run. Look to get outside. Gets it up, runs it up the right sideline, taken out of bounds. Up near the 40-yard line, and a nice return from the 10 all the way out to the 40.
Jaron McNair out of bounds.
Almost a 30-yard return. They're going to mark it just short. Or are they going to spot it right at the 40-yard line? I believe they are. So a 30-yard return for Bigfork. And a 1st and 10.
The Vikings will begin this drive 1st down and 10.
So they've had great position, field position all night, had the Vikings. Just got to capitalize on that. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. I formation, Wallen under center. Taylor. LaFontaine behind him in the I formation. Wallen fakes it, looks to throw it, throws it out to the tight end, Bjorgi, and throws it at his feet. And Bjorgi can't quite come up with it. It'll be incomplete, and 2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
2nd down and 10.
The rain has stopped. Probably because my wife brought me, and thanks to her, brought me my umbrella. And now it's stopped. Rain and equipment do not mix together. So I formation. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. Wallen under center. I'll give it to LaFontaine, left side. Looks, jucked back in. He takes it out near the 45-yard line.
Kenan LaFontaine on the carry.
He'll pick it up out to about the 44. Picks up about 4 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Bigfork from their own 44-yard line.
On the play brings up 3rd down and 6. It's 3rd down, Falcons.
5:40 to go and counting here in quarter number 3. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Wallen in the center. I formation is Taylor and LaFontaine. Snap, looks to throw it, throws it out. And Wallen throws it to the outside, and Fisher breaks on the inside, and so it falls incomplete.
Chamberlain on the coverage for the
And
Falcons.
Bigfork
That's
is
going to bring up 4th down.
not going to go for it here. They're going to kick it. And 47. Jeremiah Venegas is going to punt. Not sure what happened there. Nice, low spiral kick. And the Vikings down to cover it up as back deep was number 5, Blake
32-yard
Shoup.
run for the Vikings.
And
Ball
not
falls
sure
right
what
at
happened to
the
Ferrier,
Falcon
who've been kicking well all night.
4-yard line.
But Venegas takes and kicks one very low and pins Florence kind of deep there at the 24-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons, and they'll go shotgun formation. To the right, one to the left. Motion by Florence. Snap by. Looking to throw it and get pressure. He's running out to the left. Throws it. And LaFontaine able to tip it away at the last minute.
Ball's incomplete.
Intended for Mackey.
Mackey. Brings up 2nd down.
So Kanan looked like he reached out there, was able to knock it away on that out route by Mackey. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Florence at their own 24-yard line. Bigfork doing a good job on defense. They just give up that big play at the wrong moment. And they got trips to the right, does Florence. Single receiver left. Running back next to Coleman. Coleman shotgun formation. Looking. Hands it off. And a host of Vikings bring down Chamberlain.
8 or 9 yard gain on the play.
Epperly. Abney.
Epperly in on the tackle.
Kaiser as well. In on the tackle. And he'll pick up near a first down. Pick up about 8 and 3rd and 2 for Florence. 31-0 on the UPS scoreboard. The Falcons lead the Vikings. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left. Coleman trying to get the Vikings to jump. They're not going for it on the hard count. Snap. He's looking to roll. Roll left. Pressure getting to him. Throws it out and caught by Shoup. Abney, Jackson Abney on the coverage, along with White Hurd and stop of Shoup. And Shoup is down. And remember, he got hurt in the first half.
White Hurd and Jackson Abney on the coverage.
So Abney, Jackson that is, and Hurd on the stop of Shoup. He picks up enough for a first down across the 40 at the 43-yard line, they say. Looks like the 42, but I can't tell. It's hard to tell on the far side. Anyway, they got to get out to the 48, so I'm going to say that's about the 42-yard line of Florence. And Shoup maybe cramping up here in the cold. Not too cold tonight, you know. Supposed to be cloudy. It wasn't supposed to rain till 10 o'clock. Rained a little bit coming down, and that's good. Shoup being helped up. Drink a little water.
There he is. Give him a hand, guys.
And
he's up on his feet.
out of the game is
Shoup. Down and 10 Falcons.
May have cramped up because Christensen is also on the sideline. He's not going to get back in the game for Florence, and they're stretching Shoup out. So shotgun formation. And a host of Vikings there, along with Isaac Bjorgi, Levi Taylor on the stop of the
Shane
quarterback.
with the quarterback keeper tackled behind the line of scrimmage. 2-yard loss on the
Pat
play.
Duchesne,
Brings up
the
second
backup
down.
quarterback, now in for Coleman. Coleman had a good night for the Falcons, getting a chance to rest on the side. I know he's back in as Duchesne ran one play, and Coleman will be back in. Two receivers right, one to left. Single setback next to Coleman. Coleman looking to throw, looking for the screen. He's going to roll up and complete to his
Colby Comans to Luke Mackey
To
for the first down
Mackey.
yardage.
coverage there by 21 Abney. And Abney and
Buckland and Abney on the coverage for the Vikings. That's a first down, Falcons.
Wyatt Hurd bring him down. Gets behind, runs the backside post, and Coleman able to hit him right at the 25-yard line. 25-yard line, 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Coleman. Mackey in motion. Receiver left, receiver right, handoff. And right in the backfield, Benson's going to come up and grab
Chamberlain with the
Chamberlain
tackle
right from
on the
behind.
line of scrimmage.
And Hurd helping out as well as Kaiser, as a nice stop there by Luke Benson as he comes
Luke
from
Benson
behind.
on the tackle.
Loses 2 on the play,
Loss of
and
a yard on the play.
second and
Brings up second
12.
down and 11.
Maybe 1 or 2 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 11, maybe 2nd and 12. Trips out to the right. One receiver left. Coleman in shotgun formation. Chamberlain next to him on the right side. Coleman looking, hangs on to it. Benson grabs him and brought down. He's not going to let go. Is Kaiser. And 74
Colby Coleman with the quarterback keeper.
coming in. That's
Brought down
Wickwire
near
to
the
help
line
up
of
Kaiser. And Kaiser helping up Coleman. That's nice to see. Good sportsmanship there by Robbie Kaiser as
David
he's
Wickwire and Robbie Kaiser on the tackle.
of Coleman. Coleman maybe gained a half a yard. We'll call it 3rd down and 11. And the Vikings need to stop right here. This is probably 2-down territory for Florence as they run 3 receivers out to the right. 1 to the left. Christensen right next to Coleman in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Trying to get Bigfork to jump. Almost did. Can head up. Christensen and brought down immediately.
Johnny
Luke
Chamberlain
Benson
with the carry.
brings down Chamberlain. And Chamberlain
1 yard
may
penalty.
have got to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 4th and
Brings up
10.
4th down and 10.
4th and 10 from about the 25-yard line of Bigfork. And the third quarter's down to about 30 seconds left in it, and they're going to have to run a play before the time runs out. So the Vikings need a big stop right here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers right. Coleman, Chamberlain right next to him with his left side. Snap, looking to throw. Just got to get 10. Chamberlain throws it up deep in the end zone. Buckland right there. Buckland knocks it away. And pass
Golden
falls
pass is
incomplete.
Levi Posey falls incomplete in the end zone.
And pass intended for
Coverage.
Posey. Buckland on the coverage.
George Buckland.
And LaFontaine right
Ball
there
turnover on downs. It will be
to
Viking
break
first
it up
from their own
with
25.
8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 31-0 on your Tall Pine, a Bigfork scoreboard. So the Vikings with the ball at their own 25-yard line. And a 1st and 10 to start the end of this third quarter. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Wallen looking. Throws the screen out to Taylor. Taylor up the left side, along the sideline. He's going to break it across near the 30-yard line. And the third quarter is going to run
Levi
out.
Taylor with the carry.
And let's see where they
Gets
mark
out of
it.
bounds as the clock runs out at the end of the third quarter. Your score, Falcons 31, Vikings 0. Get your 50-50 tickets out.
We'll see where they spot it. They're going to spot it, I believe, right at the 30-yard line, so a pickup of 5, and should be 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line as they'll switch ends of the field as we head to the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter brought to you by the Tall Pine. With 2 pool tables, shuffleboard, casinos, slot machines, 9 TVs for all your games on the big screen. And the kitchen is always open during football season. Located in the Old Town Center, 8111 Highway 35, the Tall Pine and Casino, Tom Bobian. Head on down there if you want to watch college football, NFL football, even if they've got this tuned on. Maybe at BFSD they have the game on tonight at the Tall Pine. There in Bigfork, Montana. Proud sponsor, Bigfork Vikings football and Valkyrie volleyball. The Tall Pine and Casino, Bigfork, Montana. All right, 12 minutes to go. And the Vikings, since that 25-point first quarter by Florence, have held them to 6. And shotgun formation, 2 to the right, receivers right, 2 left. Taylor next to Wallen in the shotgun. Snap on the way. Wallen looking. He's got Kanan over the middle. Oh! In and out as he throws it high off the hands of LaFontaine and right in the hands of Coleman.
Ball is tipped and intercepted by Colby Coleman's. It's gonna
And
be a
Coleman
first down,
tackled right
Falcons.
there.
We got a player down.
And Coleman is down for Florence after he made that tip interception. And the Falcons have been going down left and right here tonight, and another one, Coleman, down after the interception. .53, we just got underway here in the fourth quarter. Wallen's pass intended for LaFontaine a little bit high. Kanan tried to go up and grab it, but off his fingertips and into the hands of the senior stud for Florence, Colby Coleman, and he's down right now. Hope he is okay. That would be not a good sign, and you never want to see that. So officials time out on the field as they take a look and try to get him on his feet and off the field. We'll have to see what's wrong with him. This officials timeout is brought to you by Gilliard Painting, interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Contact Gilliard Painting and Chip Gilliard at 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive, Bigfork, Montana, 210-7794, or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com for all your interior, exterior, and painting needs. Contact Gilliard Painting. And thank you for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football tonight. Coleman's still down. That would be a big loss for them if he cannot return. He is their team. He's a absolute great athlete for Florence. Player's grabbing her knee, not sure what might be the issue with Coleman. And they're going to sit him up and help him up. And looks like he cannot stand on that right ankle as he hobbles off. They need to give him a hand.
Let's give him a hand, folks.
Yeah, he's hurt that right ankle, so hopefully he's okay. Either that or his calf is tightened up on that play. So Coleman getting off the field, and he'll probably be done for the night here in the fourth quarter. So that means Duchesne will quarterback for Florence. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the receiver to the right. Chamberlain next to Duchesne in the shotgun formation. Looking to throw, throws it out, and picked off by Buckland. Buckland on a high pass, picks it off. He's going to run it out to the right side. He keeps on running. He's going to take it from the far side, left side, over the right side, runs out of bounds on the Bigfork side. And a nice
Duchesne's
pick.
pass is intercepted by number 8, Cole McManaway.
Intercepted by Buckland, number 11 for Bigfork.
Check that. That was George Buckland, number 11.
And he'll take it back to the... They're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line, I believe. It is. So Buckland probably about a 15-yard return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork, an opportunity for the Vikings. Now in good field position. So I formation. For Bigfork. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor next to him. Wallen's going to run the ball. Right up the middle. And takes it out across near the 45.
5-yard gain on the play.
And Buckland will come back in.
Tackled by Harrington on the play. Second
They'll
down
pick
and
up 5. 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. 11:08 to go. Wallen. Two receivers out to the right. Taylor next to Walden in the shotgun. Looking, throws it out. A bit high for Walker Fisher on the pass from Wallen. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Complete to Walker Fisher. 3rd down and 5.
Wallen goes over, gets the play from Coach. LaFontaine back in. The I formation, 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Wallen under center. Taylor. In the I formation behind Wallen. LaFontaine deep. Takes the toss. Looking to run it. And running up the right sideline near the 1st down.
Patrick
And
Wallen
run out.
to Kane and LaFontaine.
And LaFontaine will take it inside the 45 at about the 43 or 42. He needed to get to the 40. And this is probably
We got a
4th
player
down.
down again, folks.
Mackey goes down for Florence and gets up. He's jogging up the field, but they call
Right,
for a
that
coach
brings
on
up
that, so
4th
they got to
down.
bring him off, and that'll bring up
Officials
4th
stop the
down.
ball
And
on
they'll
the
spot it
Falcon 43-yard line.
43-yard line, and 4th and 3.
It's
Bigfork
4th
has
down,
got to
Falcons.
go for it. I formation. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Wallen under center. Taylor tosses it to LaFontaine. Looks, get the block. He's going to get outside. Oh, and he's met on the far side, just short of the 40-yard line. And looks like number 58.
Duchesne with the stick.
Duchesne on the
LaFontaine
sting.
on the carry. Was that Harrington? Sorry, Zach. Zach Harrington with the hit there. And the stop, the ball will turn over on downs. It is a Falcon 1st down.
16, Zach Harrington on the stop. LaFontaine had some speed up. Gains 2 on the play,
On the 50,
but 1 yard short.
$213.
And turnover on downs. It'll be
Here we
1st and
go.
10
Stay tuned.
at
It's
the
coming up
41
after this
for
play.
Florence. Duchesne in at quarterback. Chamberlain next to him. 2 receivers right, 1 receivers left. And
Timeout on the field.
there's a player missing for Florence. They'll have to take a timeout
Falcons call a timeout.
with
All right, here we go.
10:28 to go here
USB present
in the
to
ball
win.
game.
Bring your winning ticket to the Falcons' nest to claim your prize. Here we go.
And
It's a green ticket.
31-0 Florence leaves on the UPS store, a Bigfork
4,
scoreboard for all
1,
your
6,
printing and shipping
9,
needs. Contact Broad Stouchill and the gang at the UPS store at 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork, Montana. 837-2002, an official sponsor of Viking and Valkyrie Athletics. The UPS store, downtown Bigfork. So the timeout called by Florence as they only had 10 players on the field to run their offense. A couple of guys have gone down, including their quarterback Coleman, their running back Christensen, as well as Shoop. Some getting stretched out over on the sidelines. And Duchesne in at quarterback. Shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Single setback. Duchesne looking to pass. Throw the screen out in front. Hits Shoop, and he's met immediately by Buckland. And taken down as well by Jackson Abney.
Tackled by Jackson Abney and George Buckland.
Buckland. You can hear the helmets colliding there as he leads Shoop, who's back in the ballgame from injury. And 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And 2nd and 4 from the 48. Shotgun formation is Duchesne for Florence. Looks like he's looking hands off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain bounces it out to the left. He's on the far side. He's going to be tackled, run out of bounds.
Chamberlain with the carry up the left side for first down yardage.
And brought down by Kanan LaFontaine on the far side. Just inside the 40.
We have a winner on the 50-50 ticket.
They're going to say he was inbounds.
Your winner is Cheryl Gover. Congratulations.
Continues to run the clock inside the 35. At the 37 and 1st and 10 for Florence. At the Bigfork 37-yard line and 9:20 and counting. Trips out to the right. Single receiver to the left. Single setback. It's Chamberlain next to Duchesne. Duchesne puts Mackey in motion. Brings him in tight. Hangs it off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain tries to run outside. And he's going to be met. And pushed out of bounds.
Johnny Chamberlain with the first down yardage carry.
And Chamberlain run out of bounds.
Number 11.
Buckland runs him out of bounds.
George Buckland for the Vikings. That's a first down, Falcons.
And we'll see where they spot that. Spot at the 12-yard line. And 1st and 10 from the 12. Duchesne trips to the left. Single receiver to the right. Duchesne. Chamberlain next to him on his right side. In the shotgun is Duchesne. Try to get Bigfork to jump. Ain't happening. Duchesne getting the call from the sideline. Mackey moves in tight. Hands off to Chamberlain. And Duchesne keeps it, but falls. He can't keep it on his field. And Bjorgi was right there. And Duchesne goes down on his own. He'll lose a couple yards, and we'll call it 2nd and 14 for Florence. 8:35 to go here in the ballgame. And Florence trying to score. Again, trips two to the right, 2 to the left, and Chamberlain next to Duchesne in the backfield. Mackey moves in tight. Hands it off. Inside. Chamberlain brought down by Luke Benson. Benson says, no way, you're not getting away from me this time. And helping out also is number 72. I believe that's Rodriguez.
Luke Benson made the tackle for the Vikings.
Trey Rodriguez helping out as Benson initially hits him, and then Rodriguez comes in for the finish. So 3rd and about 15 as they lose a yard there. Shotgun formation for Duchesne. Chamberlain right next to him. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Duchesne looking to throw. Tipped up and nearly picked off. Is broken up there.
Falls incomplete.
On the cover. Wyatt Hurd
Jackson Abney
knocks it
with
away,
coverage.
and Abney on the coverage as Duchesne tries to hit over the middle, bring up 4th and 15 for Florence. Pass incomplete, so this clock stops. 7:35 to go. Duchesne gets the play from the coach. Goes in shotgun formation. Trips to the left. One receiver to the right. Chamberlain right next to Duchesne. Snap, snap. Looking, try to up the middle. Ain't no way that's happening. All the guys up the middle.
The line of scrimmage.
Postal
On
weight
the play. Falcons will
in
turn
on the
ball over on
tackle.
downs.
Along with Benson, and Postal weight still down. So
Luke Benson on
Duchesne
the tackle for
trying
the
to
Vikings.
run the quarterback draw, and Postal weight did not bite on that. He stayed home. So Postal weight is down on the field. 7:30 to go, and 31-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard as the Vikings trail. For all your grocery needs, including an outstanding bakery and deli, some fried chicken, unbelievable produce there. Go talk to Marcus Balgos and company down at Bigfork Harvest Foods, proud sponsor of Bigfork Vikings football and Valkyrie volleyball here in the fall, and official sponsor. 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, 837-5010. Bigfork Harvest Foods, sponsor of Bigfork Vikings football. Postal weight had a monster game, led the team in tackles last week up at Cutbank. And a little bit quieter tonight. Different offense as well. And Postal weight, Falcons and Vikings taking a knees. And coach out there looking at Postal weight to see what's wrong with him. And both teams will go to their sidelines. Why? You don't want to see this on either side. As he got in on a tackle, and he's down. We'll be back momentarily. We'll take a short break here in Florence, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes Valves. We'll find out what's wrong with Grayson and be back with you. All right, welcome back to Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of Valves. And looks like they may have getting Grayson to sit up. I still believe that is Postal weight as they try to help him up. And they're able to get him up. And looks like maybe his lower back.
Give Fletcher a hand, folks.
And Fletcher, yep, it is his lower back. They're holding it there, coach, and probably took a helmet to the back. That's usually something like that will happen, getting off on his own power. The Vikings will miss not having him, but Bigfork will have the football at their own 21-yard line with 7:30 to go.
Let's play some football again.
And the Vikings would like to take it down and put a score up on the board. Has two to the right and one receiver to the left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him on the right side. Wallen looking to throw it. He's got Buckland out there, hitting Buckland in stride. Oh! And it looks like
broken up by Jacob Round.
Buckland was grabbed a little bit coming up the right sideline, and could have been a flag and interference, but they kept it in their back pocket. Coverage there by Jacob Round as Wallen stuck it out there for Buckland, and pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Two receivers out to the right. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Wallen looking. Underneath the Buckland. On the under route.
Patrick Wallen's pass falls incomplete.
Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10.
Intended by George Buckland.
Wallen coming back with the play. Gets it from LaFontaine, who's back in the ball game. They'll put him in I formation behind Levi Taylor. Wallen under center. One receiver, Buckland out to the left. Fisher make the Epperly out to the right. Snap. Going to throw it to Kanan up the right side. Met in the backfield. And Fletcher, postal weight's missing on the line. Usually he starts.
Is tackled.
And LaFontaine will
Near
pick
the
up.
Line of scrimmage.
He'll pick up one maybe,
and
4th and 9 at the 22. And Ferrier must be hurt because Venegas is into punt now for Bigfork.
Zalewski back to receive the punt.
Zalewski back to receive. Not sure what number he is. Venegas. Venegas gets it out of there. A wobbly kick off the side of his foot. It'll remain in Bigfork territory around the 40-yard line. We'll see where they spot that as Venegas not able to get off a good kick.
Out of bounds on the Viking 37-yard line.
It'll be out of bounds the 37-yard line. And
37-yard line. Here we go, folks. It's 1st down and 10 Falcons. We do have a flag on the play.
There is a flag. It must be on the far side, and it may be against Florence because they're talking to the Bigfork players. There's the flag.
The personal foul goes against the Falcons.
Personal foul against Florence.
Which moves the ball into Falcon territory over the 50-yard line.
And down to the 48.
Officials spot that at the 48-yard line. Here we go.
And 1st and 10 on the 15-yard penalty against Florence. Duchesne in shotgun formation. 2 to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Duchesne, the quarterback. Some younger players getting in the ball game for Bigfork. And hands it off inside to 47. Brought down there. Looks like Kaiser in on the tackle along with Benson and Pacheco.
Aiden Mines and burrows his way up the field for a short gain.
And 47, Nick Riley, I believe, was on the carry.
David Wickwire on the tackle. 2nd down and 7.
Kaiser will go out for Bigfork. And number 31 brought in Jordan Betts. I formation. Snap. Fumble snap. Tries to get out. Duchesne going to be brought down. And
Duchesne tackled in the backfield by
Wickwire.
number 31, Jordan Betts.
Jordan Betts along with Wickwire right there is going to cause Duchesne to lose back to the 45-yard line.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 14.
3rd and 14 with 5:27 to go. Some of the JV players getting in the ball game for Florence, and same thing for Bigfork. So they play next Monday up in Bigfork. So if you want to catch some of the JV action between these two on Monday, I believe it's about 4 o'clock. Trips to the left. One receiver to the right. Duchesne, the quarterback for Florence. Duchesne going to run it. Flag flies. And Duchesne will be brought down.
The quarterback keeper. There's a flag on the play.
Brought down there by Bjorgi, as well as, check that, number 59.
Looks like Braden Goosey on the tackle.
And Braden Goosey is number 59 for Bigfork. False start declined.
False start call goes against the offense.
Usually I thought a false start was a dead ball. So it'll bring up 4th down and...
It's going to be 4th down and 14.
4th and 14 and punting. LaFontaine, Buckland back deep, and kicking is number 25, Johnny Chamberlain for Florence. Whistle blows, and timeout called by
timeout on the field.
The Falcons. Put some younger players in, not getting the right guys in. When you substitute, Bigfork goes with their standard punt return. So you don't get confusion like that. But guys out, so to put some new guys in. 4:31 to go in the ballgame. 31-0. The Vikings trail on the Bigfork Dental scoreboard. Go see Dr. Aaron Price and the Bigfork Dental team for all your dental needs in Bigfork, Montana. Proud sponsors and supporters of Vikes and Vals Athletics. Well, I'll tell you this about the Vikings tonight. After giving up 25 points in the first quarter in the Colby Coleman show, 2 passing, 2 running, they've only given up 6. They only didn't give anything up in the second quarter, gave up 6 in the third quarter, and held them scoreless, even though they've driven it down twice here in the fourth quarter. So they stepped up a little bit. Again, Buckland LaFontaine is see the punt. Buckland lets it run out of bounds. And Goosey on the coverage. Buckland lets it hit, roll out of bounds,
25-yard line.
out of the 25-yard line, maybe the 30. Can't tell from here. Yes, it'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork at their own 25 with 4:23 to go. Hey, you don't want to be shut out. No offense does. So it's time to... They put some of the backups in, so McManaway at quarterback now. Hurd at running back. Hurd with the carry. And crosses the 30-yard line.
Wyatt Hurd on the
Brought
carry
down
for
there
the
by
Vikings.
Shoup.
Tackled by Blake Shoup.
So some of the starters getting a break tonight.
7-yard gain on the play brings up
Picks up 7,
second
second and 3. And a nice game by Wyatt Hurd.
Hey, folks, the Falcons need you on this one.
One receiver out to the right, one receiver to the left. High formation. McManaway tosses it to Hurd. Hurd looking to break it outside. Gets outside, gets at the right side near the first down marker on the far side, and Chamberlain brings him down.
Wyatt Hurd, the ball carrier. Almost a 3-yard gain on the play.
He'll be a yard short, so I'll bring up third and 1 for Bigfork. One receiver right, one receiver left. I formation. Hurd behind Taylor. McManaway under center. Going to give it off to Taylor. Taylor looking, runs it up the middle. Taylor keeps it rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, across the 50. Rumbling down to the 45-yard line. Going to be brought down about the 47 as Levi Taylor will not go down for
Bigfork. The midfield
Bigfork.
line. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
And Taylor, the sophomore, takes it down inside
Tackled by the Falcon defensive
Falcon
backfield
territory at the
there.
47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork and 2:40 and counting here to go in the ball game. McManaway gets the play for the coach. Comes in a huddle, calls it out. He'll send one receiver. 2 receivers out to the right. 2 to the left. Shotgun formation. Taylor next to him. McManaway. Keeper. Takes it up the right side. Take it out. He's going to run out of bounds on the far side. Inside the 45, about the 44. We'll see where they spot it.
Cole McManaway on the carry. Luke Mackey on the tackle.
And right at the 45-yard
On
line.
the play.
We'll call it second down and 8. A long 7 or 8
Falcon,
with
45 yard
1:54 to go. McManaway gets the play from Coach Munson and Coleman. 2 receivers to the left. 2 receivers to the right. McManaway, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. McManaway looking to pass. Throws it. Incomplete. Meant for Epperly on the right side.
Ball falls incomplete.
It'll bring up 3rd and 8. $1:30 to go in the ball game. 31-0. The Vikings trail. After a rough first quarter, they've held the Falcons to 6 the rest of the way. Good news for Coleman. I was talking to him during that break, just cramping up in both legs. That's good for the Falcons and their quarterback. Shotgun formation. Throws the screen out to Taylor, and it's incomplete.
Levi
It'll bring up
Taylor,
4th down.
intended receiver. Ball falls
As the
incomplete
pass
on the field.
from
Brings up
McManaway
4th down for the Vikings.
falls incomplete. 4th and 8. A last chance opportunity for the Vikings. Some of these same players on the field right now will get the chance to play on Monday against each other from the get-go. We'll see what happens there. That'll happen in Bigfork, Montana, coming up on Monday. Well, again, thanks for listening and tuning in to Bigfork Vikings football on BFSD events. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. McManaway, shotgun formation. Looking, got to throw it over the middle. And right, Wyatt Hurd's hands in and out on the slant. Incomplete. And turnover on downs.
Was Jordan Betts.
And that'll be 1st
22
down
on the coverage for the Falcons.
for Florence.
Ball
And
turns over on
1st
downs. It's
and
gonna be a first down
10
and 10 Falcons.
with 1:20 to go here in the ball game. They're going to go in victory formation. That's good sportsmanship by them. And the clock will run as they snap, take a knee. 1:10 and counting. It'll be 2nd down for Florence. They're going to look to see when the referee starts counting the 5-second call and get down and then snap the ball. Snaps it, takes a knee. 42 seconds and counting. They'll have to snap it one more time, and that will basically, one more time will be the ball game. That is the ball game. They're going to be shaking hands right there. Your final from Florence, Montana. The Vikings take it on the chin to give up 25 early points in the first quarter and hold them to 6 the rest of the way. So 31-0 is your final here from Florence, Montana, as the Vikings go to 0-1. And 0-1 in conference and 1-2 on the season.
And that's the game, folks.
And they'll
Here's
head to
the final score.
Loyola to take on the
31,
Loyola Rams
Bigfork
next
Vikings
Friday
0.
night
We want
at
to make
7
sure all
o'clock.
The folks from Bigfork drive safe tonight. Thank you for coming down.
I'll be back here in about 1 minute. I'll get your stats, your full game stats
Congratulations,
from
Falcons, and
Bigfork,
welcome
Montana.
home.
Or excuse me, from Florence, Montana, the Bigfork Vikings. All right, welcome back to Florence, Montana. Your final, your Bigfork Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard for all your grocery needs, including an amazing bakery, deli, 8111 Highway 35, Bigfork, Montana, 837-5010. Bigfork takes their first conference game on the chin as they give up 25 in the first, 6 in the third, 31 overall, and lose 31-0. Well, leading the way for Bigfork, Patrick Wall, 9-22, 49 yards. Levi Taylor rushing, 11 carries, 41 yards. Ryder Nolan, 1 reception, 27 yards. Coleman threw for over 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 102 yards on the ground, 10 carries for 3 touchdowns. Plays 56-55, Bigfork Florence, but a big difference in total offense. 175 for Bigfork, 507 to Florence. Time of possession, Bigfork dominated almost 30 minutes to 18, almost 19 minutes. 31 rushes apiece, 126 for Bigfork, not a bad showing. 189 for Florence. Taking a look at just the team stats from Bigfork. Again, Coleman Manaway, 1 of 3. Patrick Wallen, 9 of 22 with that 1 interception. Rushing stats, Taylor leads the way, 11 carries, 41 yards. LaFontaine had 10 carries, 33 yards, so a better game tonight, able to get out a little bit. Wyatt Hurd, 4 for 28. Wallen, 4 for 16. Ferrier, 1 for 6. Manaway, 1 for 2. Ryder Nolan had 1 reception, 27 yards. Taylor had 3 for 7. LaFontaine, 2 for 6. Fisher, 2 for 6. Buckland, 2 for 3. Well, defensive stats, it was George Buckland, a total of 6.5 sacks, 4 solo, 5 assists, 1 pick. Kaiser, 2 solo, 3 assists, 1.5 tackles for loss. Benson, 2 solo and 3 assists, 2 tackles for loss. Taylor had 3 solo, Abney 3, Whitehurd 2, Epler 3, Abney with 1, LaFontaine 2 and 1 assist. Abney went in on 4 with 4 assists. Even Jordan Betts get on there for a couple of solos. Pacheco, Borgi, Ferrier, Wickwire, Goosey, and Fletcher as well. Punting stats, Ferrier 5 for 153 yards, 30.6 average. That's a great average, and 1 inside the 20. Wallen 1 for 37 and 1 inside the 20. Punt returns, George Buckland 1 for 19. And kick return stats, great job tonight in kick returns. 6 attempts, 131 yards, a 21.8 average by Kanan LaFontaine. Florence outpassed Bigfork 318-49. That's a big difference. 189, 126 on the rushing. First downs 20-9 and 2 turnovers apiece. Penalties 4 for 30. Bigfork kept them down tonight, and 7 for 60 for Florence. So your final is 31-0, and the Vikings will get ready for the Loyola Rams. We knew that these 2 games against both Florence and Loyola were going to be tough games here in the season of 2 good teams. So we'll see how they fare against Loyola next week as they take on the Rams in Missoula, Montana. We'll have that game for you here as well. BFSD events here on YouTube. You want to tune into the action, we'll tune in about 6:45, 6:50. This time I'll try to get there a little earlier. I have to go on Reserve Street, I know. Get over to the stadium, get the interview with the coach before the game, and get that on for you. Once again, thanks for joining me tonight, and thanks to all my sponsors. Bigfork Dental Center, Bigfork Harvest Foods, Bigfork Dairy Queen, Gilliard Painting, Montana Athletic Club, the Tall Pine Casino, and the UPS Store for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football tonight. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Owls, from Florence, Montana, as the Vikings lose this one 31-0. Their first conference loss, 1-2 now on the regular season. Please drive home safely. If you're listening out there, thanks again for tuning in. Thank you, and good night from Florence, Montana.